I've been asked to sort of lead off, as it were. And what I thought I would do in terms of trying to understand how to create a meditation practice, a kind of stable practice, I wanted to back up a little bit and put this endeavor in a little bit of context, because it's within this context that we're going to be trying to create a habit, as it were. So we all know that we all imagine in our heart of hearts that there is a possibility of having a life that is more relaxed, more open, and more connected. We all want to be happy. So this is actually beautiful, actually. Intuiting that this is possible is wisdom. Wanting to do something about it, as Mingyur Rinpoche always says, is compassion itself. But wanting to be happy is not enough. We actually, just like anything else, is based on causes and conditions. So in order to pull off this developing an experience that's more relaxed and open and connected with a sense of well-being, we need to do something. We need to lay down the causes and conditions for that to happen. So to look closely at the causes and conditions, then we have to look at mind, because as you know, that it's mind that experiences every one of our hopes, our fears, our successes, our failures. Everything comes down to working with mind, because mind experiences every moment of our life. Everything that we ever hope for, we experience through mind. So the essential meaning then, so what we have to do is we need to develop a relationship with this mind. We need to develop a relationship with this thing that determines our experience. So this is the essential meaning of meditation. The essential meaning of meditation, in fact, the word in Tibetan, gom, means to become familiar with. The meaning of meditation is to become familiar with this mind, how it works, how it sort of like projects our world, and then how we respond to that. This is what we do through meditation. And over time, just on the basis of time, on the cushion and working with the principles of meditation, we develop an intimate, sensitive, and intuitive experience of ourselves. So this intimacy, this is what it means to become friends with ourselves. We actually become friends with mind. When we become, like any friendship, when we become friends with ourselves or friends with our sort of experience, everything begins to soften and open up and warm up. So this begins to change our world entirely. We actually begin to stop struggling with this, with ourselves. This is the nature of peace. Just based on this intimate familiarity with our inner world, our mind itself, this inclines us towards a quality of deeper relaxation and deeper peace. And as that happens, we naturally begin to soften, we loosen, we relax, and as we relax, we begin to open up. And this changes everything. So this isn't spirituality particularly, this isn't metaphysics particularly. This is perception. This is working with perception. We know this because it's very simple. An agitated mind looks out and experiences an agitated world. A fearful mind looks out and experiences a threatening world. And similarly, a relaxed mind looks out and experiences an open and inviting world. And a friendly mind looks out into the world and experiences a friendly world that is inviting and familiar to us. This is all based on the mood, the quality of mind. So this is why meditation is so profound, actually, because just by learning to work with the various moods of mind, we in turn change our experience of the world altogether. So what we do very easily, what we find to be important. And so to the degree that we find working with mind, and in doing so, actually changing our experience, our relationship to ourselves and the world altogether, To that degree, establishing a meditation practice will be simple. But it's so interesting, at least in the Western world, we have a very sophisticated conversation about our physical health, for instance. So everybody talks about, being healthy, eating well, exercising, So a lot of people, not me particularly, but they'll go to the gym, they'll spend hours in the gym doing this. So because they have this strong faith, this strong conviction that they will look good, they will feel good, it will bring whatever to their life. And so we spend hours very easily because it's a cultural conversation. But we don't have a similar conversation about the potency and the power and the beauty of developing a mind that is spacious, and flexible, and relaxed. That in itself, as we said before, changes everything. So in short, if we put something high on the shelf, if we value it highly, we'll do it with joy. No matter what it is, if we believe that it's good for us, we'll do it simply, we'll do it with joy, no matter how difficult it is on any given day. So sort of to wrap up, there's a beautiful image. This is a teaching image, of course, but it's a story about someone in like 17th century England walking through the forest. And this person comes upon someone who has a hammer in their hand and they're flailing away at a huge boulder and they're sweating and swearing. And the person says, well, what are you doing? And he says, oh, I'm making a building brick. So the person says, okay, fine, and walks through the forest a little further and comes upon another person with a hammer and flailing away at a boulder, and he's beaming. And the person says, what are you doing? And he says, I'm building a cathedral. So the question is how we contextualize what we're doing. And this will lead directly to our engagement with it, our engagement with energy and joy and consistency. So my final thought about this comes from my wife does this thing called Zumba. Zumba is this exercise thing. And I was at some months ago before COVID, I was at the place that they do this, the room that they do it. And someone had written on the wall a beautiful comment that I think in many ways says it all. It said, if you don't know why you should continue, you've forgotten why you got here in the first place. So I think in terms of working with meditation over the long haul, we need to remember this. We need to remember that this is our chance to make a friendly relationship with mind, an intimate relationship with mind. And that automatically, by definition, changes our entire experience of the world. So those are just some thoughts. And Antonia, I think you're going to pick up from here.